Many believe in a better way, but continue along old paths. When the teachers and administrators and students and parents come together as a community, especially as a community of learners and leaders, those obstacles do vanish.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for this edition of Remarkable Times. I'm Chris Coplan, Director of Public Relations at Peoria Public Schools. In a few minutes, we will hear from Dr. Lathan at her State of the Schools address, which she held at the Peoria Civic Center in May. But first, we want to tell you a little bit about what's been going on in the district this summer and what to expect as we start school in just a few days. This summer, we have had Compass Learning Labs open at many of our schools all summer long, where students and their parents have been able to visit and use the computers for their Compass Learning lessons. Of course, every student and parent in the district have a username and password that allows them to continue learning at home, at the library, and at the Compass Learning Labs that we have at school. We've also had many transition events throughout the district this summer. We did have a K-3 Healthy Heroes where we've teamed up with the Holt Center. We've had a 4th grade transition event. That was a science, technology, engineering, and math event. And we've also had a 5th grade step-up program at Washington Gifted. So many events for K through 5. Of course, we have our, we're just finishing our freshman orientations at the high school level. And then on August 16th, we will have our welcome back ceremony for all of our staff. Also on August 16th, we'll host our first Parent University event. That is at Woodruff Career and Technical Center. For both the back to school event for staff and the Parent University event, we are excited to welcome Steve Perry, Dr. Steve Perry, to Peoria. He is the principal of a charter school in New York, and also an education contributor on CNN. So we're excited to hear from him and hope you will join us at Parent University. It's the kickoff event from 5 to 8 on August 16th. That's a Thursday night. New student registration is August 13th and 14th. That's Monday and Tuesday. If you're new to the district or new to a school within the district, we invite you to your school to register your student. That will be Monday, August 13th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., Tuesday, August 14th from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Of course, the first day of school, what we're all waiting for, is August 20th. That will be a full day of school. We will not have a heat schedule this year. There will be a full day of school on August 20th, normal times for everyone. So if you're at the middle and high school level, you'll be starting at 7:30. If you're at the primary level, you'll be starting at 8:30. Of course, dismissal is at 2:30 for primary and middle, and 3:30 for primary schools. That is what's been going on this summer, and we hope to see you again at Parent University on August 16th. We are so excited to see many of our parents and students at Backpack Peoria on July 28th at the Dream Center. It's a great partnership we've built with them, and we were able to hand out over 2,500 backpacks. Again, we hope to see you at Parent University on August 16th and see you and your student at the first day of school, August 20th. Now here's Dr. Lathan with the State of the Schools address.
I am thankful for your support of Peoria Public Schools. This address allows us to reflect on accomplishments, acknowledge and accept coming challenges, and share solutions for improving the educational outcomes of our students, as evidenced by academic achievement. We know that public schools are charged with educating our nation's children so that they graduate with the ability to pursue studies in higher education or meaningful work in a field of interest. Our students are counting on us to provide them with opportunities for a great education and skills to succeed. This is our clarion call and our sacred covenant. Over the past year, we have strengthened and stabilized our district's operations exploring ways to maximize and effectively utilize the limited financial resources that you as taxpayers have entrusted to us. This stability gives me hope and optimism about the future of our children. I agree with John Whitehead, who once wrote, "Children are the living messages we send to a time we will not see." It is the special mission of American urban public schools to educate the nation's most diverse student body to the highest academic standards and prepare them to contribute to our democracy and the global community. We've accomplished a lot this academic year, and we have more to do if we truly believe that our children are indeed living messages we send into the future as global citizens. Let's take a look at Peoria Public Schools by the numbers. We have 14,008 students enrolled in our district. Of these students, 62% identify themselves as Black or African American. 26% identify themselves as white or Caucasian. 7% identify themselves as Latino or Hispanic. And 5% of our students identify themselves as Asian, American Indian, or multiracial. 64% of our students are meeting or exceeding standards in reading. 71% of our students are meeting or exceeding standards in mathematics. Our graduation rate is 76.6%. Our attendance rate is 92.5%. And our poverty rate is 74%. Our district has 2,711 employees. Of these, 1,194 are certificated or certified, and 1,517 are classified. Our overall district budget for this academic year totaled $181 million. While we enjoyed the fact that in fiscal FY11, District 150 was in the black for the first time in many years, we continue to scrutinize our budget expenditures. We presented a budget last fall that included a deficit of less than $2 million and vowed to close that gap by the end of the fiscal year. At this point, even though the state did not appropriate $2.2 million in general state aid, and I repeat, the state did not appropriate $2.25 million in a district that has 74% poverty, and even though property values are declining, we're on target to finish with a deficit smaller than $2 million. Give our staff a round of applause. Our initial full-time layoff projections were 52 certificated staff this year and 0 classified employees. We've reduced the number of layoffs by a total of 108, going from 161 employees last year to laying off only 53 this year, and from 82 classified staff members last year and to 0 this year for full-time staff members. I would like to pause here to thank the faculty, staff, and administration of our schools for embracing the challenge of transforming Peoria Public Schools into a district where students will be a reader, writer, mathematician who graduates ready for college and career. I thank each of you for your hard work this year. Roland Barth, author of Improving Schools from Within and founding director of the Principal Center at Harvard Graduate School of Education, once said in an interview, and I quote, "The biggest obstacles I see to school-based reforms are ourselves. That is, the educators within the schools. Many have been betrayed along the way and have given up hope. Many have great ideas, but confine themselves within their own classrooms. Many have great leadership potential and choose not to exercise it. Many have craft knowledge to share with their colleagues and do not. Many believe in a better way, but continue along old paths. When the teachers and administrators and students and parents come together as a community, especially as a community of learners and leaders, those obstacles do vanish. Our students are counting on us to come together and share our great ideas and craft knowledge, exercise our leadership, and explore new paths and solutions to persistent problems. Again, thank you to our principals and teachers for what you've done this year in this regard. Thank you for what you will do in the coming months and years. At last year's State of the District address, I outlined some strategies and initiatives for this academic year. So what have we done? Staff will tell you we have done a lot. Staff will tell you they are tired. And I agree and I support that. And I do thank our staff for accepting those challenges. Bob Wise and his colleagues at the Alliance for Excellent Education distill the work of leading American educators and researchers in a checklist of 10 elements that successful schools ought to have in place. Though this was written initially for high schools, they're applicable for teaching and learning from pre-kindergarten and beyond. I'll use the 10 elements as a framework for reviewing the 2011-12 school year. Number 1, all schools must have an engaging and rigorous curriculum. When we look at the new Illinois State Learning Standards incorporating the Common Core, we know that it's a different world. In order to fully develop skills of critical thinking, we must revisit what we teach, how we teach it, and when we teach it. That's why this year in District 150, 4 schools now have the International Baccalaureate focus. We also increased the advanced placement course offerings at each of our high schools. Number 2, all schools must ensure personal attention for all students. Educational giant Dr. James Comer of the Yale Child Center asserts that no significant learning occurs without a significant relationship. Our schools, regardless of size or structure, must be places that allow faculty and staff and students to know students and tailor instruction and to support them as learners. That's why this year in District 150, thanks to a collaboration with our teachers union, we increased our instructional time by 30 minutes. We provided school counselors in each of our middle schools and gifted and enriched teachers to serve our primary and middle school students. We also launched AVID, Advancement via Individual Determination, at Lincoln Middle School, Manual Academy, Peoria High School, and Richwoods High School. Number 3, all schools must provide extra help for those who need it. Let's face it, one size doesn't fit all. We don't learn at the same pace. The new Illinois State Learning Standards incorporating the Common Core represents a major shift towards mastery learning. When students don't master a standard, we can't simply throw in the towel. We must provide just-in-time support to students who struggle in mathematics, reading, and other subjects. That's why this year in District 150, all students have access to Compass Learning. The truth is, this isn't just about credit recovery, grade recovery, and interventions. Compass Learning allows us to provide enrichment materials to challenge students at higher levels. Number 4, all schools must excel at bringing the real world to the classroom. Marsha Tate has it right. Sit and get won't grow dendrites. Our classrooms must be hands-on and minds-on. We must connect what students learn now to what they may choose to do and become as adults. Someone once said, children are great imitators, so give them something great to imitate. That's why this year in District 150, we launched a career exploration lab for students in grades 6th, 7th, and 8th, and expanded opportunities for students at Woodruff Career Educational Center. These opportunities include construction, engineering, cosmetology, metals, electrical, automotive paint repair, and health occupations. Number 5, all schools must nurture family and community involvement. We must ensure that our schools are inviting and inclusive places for parents and guardians for our students, as well as citizens who are concerned about our children. We have to include multiple forms of communication and many ways for people to connect with public education. That's why this year in District 150, through a partnership with the CEO Roundtable, we began the 3rd grade Reading Buddies program. We know that first students learn to read and then they read to learn. Nearly 450 volunteers helped us to reach close to 250 3rd grade students. Our 3rd grade Reading Buddies program is making a difference. Thank you to the CEO Roundtable members and our volunteers for your help. If you are a Reading Buddy, would you just wave your hand if you're a Reading Buddy? Thank you so much. We also launched a new Family Mobile Resource Center, which is parked out front, in collaboration with our partners at Bradley University. We established a parent university to provide courses and supports for our parents. All schools must maintain, number 6, all schools must maintain a safe learning environment. Now more than ever, school safety is paramount. Just as no significant learning can occur without a significant relationship, No significant learning can occur without a safe learning environment built on mutual respect and understanding. Will conflict occur? Sure, people will disagree and get upset, but we're responsible for teaching our children to care. We're responsible for empowering our students to use their words and not their hands. That's why this year in District 150, we added the elite program to Tree Wind K-8 school. Already the program is demonstrating success. You may recall that we decided to add this program after the success of the Park District's high school elite program. Number 7, all schools must have skilled teachers. We aspire to be a district where remarkable happens every day for every student in every classroom. This requires that teachers continue to grow as professionals. As I said earlier in my remarks, our students are counting on us to come together and share our great ideas and craft knowledge. We must ensure that teachers have ample time to plan lessons, review student performance, and adjust teaching to ensure solid learning. That's why this year in District 150, we designed a schedule that would enable the teachers at our 3 high schools to have common planning time and capitalize on the power of synergy. Also, to meet a state mandate, we piloted a new evaluation instrument in 4 schools that will be implemented district-wide for the 2012-13 school year. Our teachers accepted the challenge this year to meet the expectations to implement many initiatives, and I appreciate the efforts that they made to help improve student achievement. Number 8, all schools must have strong leaders. A sound body of research supports the notion that effective schools are led by strong, skillful principals. While their demeanor and leadership styles may vary, these principals provide instructional, financial, and operational leadership. Their guidance and support are equally as essential as the guidance and support of our classified and certificated employees in improving the educational outcomes of our students. That's why this year in District 150, we aligned the administrator evaluation process with research-based performance benchmarks and implemented a new principal evaluation instrument. Number 9, all schools must receive necessary resources. We must ensure that our schools have the resources to offer a rich educational experience. I also believe that we have a responsibility to provide our schools with the basics and cutting-edge technology. Think about it. Those of us who are around my age and older, 16, were taught in schools that had no idea that we would live in a world populated with iPads, which you can find on your tables, and interactive whiteboards. We are charged with providing equitable learning environments equipped with the essential resources that will enable our children to be successful in a world we can only imagine. That's why this year in District 150, we have utilized Rosetta Stone language learning software in our primary schools and foreign language teachers for our middle and high schools. We know that the brains of children are like sponges, allowing them to grasp multiple languages with ease. We've purchased new advanced placement textbooks, a new science curriculum for kindergarten through 8th grade, and new science, social studies, and foreign language textbooks for middle and high schools. We've provided all of our schools with iPad learning carts, each with at least 25 iPads. Also, Richwoods High School is the site of an Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Geometry iPad pilot. We also continue to receive tremendous support from the Peoria Foundation. The Peoria Public Schools Foundation is a private 501c3 charitable foundation now in its 20th year of operation. Each year, the foundation grows in its impact in helping achieve excellence in our schools. Thank you to many of you in the room who have contributed to the Right Now Fund or supported the foundation's annual golf outing, or in many other ways supported the schools privately. This year, the foundation's Board of Directors invested your gifts in 21 teacher grants, helped lead the Beacon Project for Rolling Acres Middle School, a new way to bring technology efficiently and effectively into our schools. They made 11 grants to our schools. They purchased 28 iPads for all of our principals to use. They assisted the alumni at Peoria, at Richwoods High School, and helped with a challenge grant from Caterpillar. With the Caterpillar grant, The goal is to raise $200,000 from new donors or those with an incremental increase in giving. Close to $100,000 of that goal has been met this year. I encourage you to support the Foundation's Right Now Fund, which supports Peoria Public Schools students. Number 10, all schools must use and share user-friendly data and information. It's important to me as a parent that the information we use and distribute is as clear as we can get it. We want to be able to use this data with teachers and principals to see where we are and set goals and next steps. We should also have this information in a format that is understandable to parents, guardians, and concerned citizens. That's why this year in District 150 we're using common assessments in our high schools. These assessments enable us to ask questions that will move us from good to great. What do we want students to learn? How will we know if they learned it? What will we do if they didn't learn it? What will we do if they already know it? We've also launched Pinpoint, and there's information also on your table today about Pinpoint. It's a data management and learning system. Pinpoint is a fully integrated, district-wide informational tool available to educators. It brings multiple components, from grading and attendance to professional development and analysis, into one easy-use suite of tools. This streamlining of everyday processes allows teachers simultaneous access to information on student learning, individual learning styles, grades, attendance, and behavior. Using this information, educators and administrators alike will be able to be more effectively customize learning plans for each student. I want to pause for a moment to say a special thank you to every employee of District 150. None of this would have been possible without you. I appreciate your dedication to the children of District 150. Now I want to turn your attention to the important work ahead. Let me outline a few initiatives, and notice I said a few, for the upcoming academic year. We will expand the ELITE program to an additional school in the district. We will revamp our Reading Buddies program and enlist our volunteers to work with their buddies on a weekly basis if at all possible. As a result of Race to the Top, we will establish an after-school STEM, science, technology, engineering, math program for students at selected middle schools. We will partner with the American Heart Association on a Teaching Gardens project at Harrison School, and partner with Heartland Bank to provide a web-based financial literacy course for high school students. We're going to launch the Superintendent's Run/Walk, and I'll be walking right now, challenge as a fun way for us to support physical fitness. We will be adopting a 7-period school day at Manual Academy to give students opportunities to take additional courses during their high school career. And in a partnership with the Peoria Federation of Teachers, we will develop a peer assistance review program. Before I conclude my remarks, I'd like to share some information to underscore our sense of urgency as a school district. A November 1st, 2011 policy brief entitled "The High Cost of High School Dropouts: What the Nation Pays for Inadequate High School" notes that if the high school students who dropped out of the class of 2011 had graduated, the nation's economy would likely have benefited from nearly $154 billion in additional income over the course of their lifetimes. A report by the Nellie Mae Education Foundation says that high school years should blend academic and applied learning and provide students with a window to the outside world. What students get in most districts is not conducive to the multifaceted workforce and post-secondary educational field that is developing today. A May 5th, 2011 issue brief entitled "Saving Now and Saving Later: How High School Reform Can Reduce the Nation's Wasted Remediation Dollars" states that for young people entering the 21st century job market, high school graduation is no longer the finish line, but the starting line. While 1/3 of students will fail to graduate from high school, too many students who do graduate and make it to the post-secondary starting line find that they are underprepared for post-secondary work. A 2012 report from the Council on Foreign Relations states that our country's failure to educate its children and adequately leaves the nation's economy and national security at risk. The report pinpoints a mediocre high school graduation rate, a persistent racial and economic achievement gap, and civic apathy as critical components that result in students who are unprepared to compete globally. In his 2012 State of the State address, Governor Pat Quinn remarked that the best economic tool a state can have is a strong, innovative education system. Jobs follow brain power. He and the Lieutenant Governor have a goal of at least 60% of adults in our state to have a college degree, an associate's degree, or a career certificate by 2025. We're currently at 43%. SchoolDigger.com, a web-based tool for parents and guardians to understand schools, lists our district ranked at 667 out of the 777 districts that are highlighted. We're 667 out of 777. Additionally, the website offers information about each of our schools in relation to other schools across the state. There are 2,068 primary schools in Illinois. Our highest ranking primary school is 151. The bulk of primary schools are ranked lower than 1,000, with the lowest rank at 2028. Once again, 2,068 in Illinois. Our highest is at 151. The lowest is at 2028. There are 1,364 middle schools in Illinois. Our highest middle school is tied for first place with 10 other middle schools. The vast majority of our middle schools are ranked lower than 1,000, with the lowest rank at 1,361. There are 667 high schools in Illinois. Our highest rank is 181. Our lowest rank is at 624. Dr. Joseph Johnson, Executive Director of the National Center for Urban School Transformation, is correct when he says, "The children we all serve depend upon our capacity and our willingness to give our very best. This is why we must press on and upward. This is why we cannot give up." All of our efforts in District 150 centers around 3 SMART goals. By the year 2014, 70% of all district students will meet or exceed grade level standards in reading as measured by the ISAT and PSAE. SMART goal number 2, by the year 2014, 77% of all district students will meet or exceed grade level standards in mathematics as measured by the ISATs and PSAE. SMART goal number 3, by the year 2014, 90% of district students and teachers will access and use technology learning tools and resources across the curriculum. There's a story about famed inventor Thomas Edison. One day he was asked why he had a team of 21 assistants. Without missing a beat, he responded, "If I could solve all the problems myself, I would." Thomas Edison knew that what we all know, team means together everyone achieves more. We've accomplished a lot this year working as a team. We can accomplish even more this coming year working as a team. Will there be differences in opinion? Yes. Will there be conflicting ideas? Most likely. The fact is that though we may disagree on the how or the what of public education, we won't disagree on the why of public education. We're building a great District 150 team, and we will make a difference in the lives of our children because we all understand our mission as a district to effectively educate students. We each play an important role and know that it is mission critical for us to execute our task with precision and skill. We as parents, educators, taxpayers, guardians, staff, and administrators know that our district's success is linked to our ability to work as a team. We all understand that our team must prepare and produce every day, not just on game day. Our children are counting on all of us to work together as a team. The city of Peoria, the county of Peoria, needs us to work together as a team. This is a beautiful place to live. It can be a beautiful place for the children that we graduate, and we can find a way to keep them here. Let me conclude by thanking our team. To the Board of Education, I thank you for addressing some challenging issues that have faced our district over the last few years.